You know, something that we have enjoyed almost as much as RVing has been exploring in our e-bikes. Now, the e-bikes that we have right now are folding fat tire e-bikes from Electric. We think they're just a terrific bike. The problem is we ride these bikes pretty hard and they get dirty. So Jen isn't very keen on me bringing a dirty bike in, and I don't want to take all that time to clean it before I bring it in and fold it up. But I'm pretty excited about them because we can put the rack, which is called, by the way, RV Rider. It's for e-bikes. RV Rider by Hollywood. We'll put a link in the description below. But we can put the rack on our Leisure Travel Van's Unity FX, and we can also put it on the back of our Arcadia fifth wheel. We're going to be able to take our e-bikes with us now everywhere with no fuss and no muss. All right, the RV Rider is installed, and it took me 2 hours, 2 solid hours. It's a 2-inch receiver, which is what you need for the RV Rider mount. But for that rack to fit on, I've got a little bit of an issue. Can you see it's actually recessed from the back end of the RV? This is the solution to my problem. It's a receiver extender, if you will, which is perfect for me then to mount the rack and have plenty of clearance for 2 bikes. Okay, push. Push. Perfect, thank you.
Push. 2 is better than 1.
Okay, done. See how much room we have now? Much better.
Like everything else, it's always good to read the manual. There's a trick to loading the bikes. Let me show you. Then pull this bolt out, don't lose it, put it in a safe place, and then voila, just take this down.
And put the front wheel in there. And then you have a little bit of stability as you're going to move it. And over. And then you put it in position. And now you can bring this wheel and just kind of walk it right into the wheel carrier. You want to put the bolt back in, attach these wheel straps, keep the wheels in place. All right, we got the wheels stabilized. Now we want to clamp onto the center post of the e-bike. Now it's time for the second one. First thing, I'm going to put the rear. Now we bring the front up. Okay.
Now we need to secure the wheel, so let's get that through and stick it in there. Looks good. So now these bikes are on here nice and secure, and if anything, it's overkill.
Yeah, overkill, because besides all of these locks, there's several of them in here on the hitch and on the rack itself. They also give you this steel cable with the lock. We found a pretty inexpensive way to keep the elements off when you're towing it.
You can go to Walmart or another store such as that and get a motorcycle cover and wrap it around, cover them.
But we have found that those inexpensive motorcycle covers, just one of them, will cover both bikes on the rack. See you down the road.
Time to put the wheel cover on.
Yeah, you got the easy part of the
It's about time I got the easy part of something.
Hi everybody, Mike and Jen here, and today we are going to put some air skirts underneath our fifth wheel.
Slide around there. Wheel. good job, if I do say so myself.
All right.
Our airlifts came with 4 8-foot ones and 2 6-foot ones. The 6 foot for the front and the 8 foot for the side. So 2 8 feet on each side. So we're going to partially inflate this.
We roughly have the first of these 8-foot sections in position, and they give you a high-speed pump, and we're gonna actually inflate this a little bit, and then we'll make sure we get it where we want. The pump just snaps in. It's kind of soft to the touch, but you can see it's solid in there. We don't have to worry about the wind getting it. Where's the
Okay, turn it around. You come over here. Oh, the glasses are fogging up.
Now, one thing that's interesting, you see that's our sewer outtake, so I can still empty, but did you see how that molds right around it? This, by the way, is military grade. It is really tough. It molds around anything that is in its way, like you saw with the sewer pipe there. Because this is a slide and I wanted to get to it, I'm going to let the slide out now, and then we'll finish inflating it after we put the slide back out. Okay, the air skirts are in, and what they do is they create an air barrier, a warm air barrier that helps insulate the coach from the bottom up instead of having the air pass through and make it colder. And we're told, we'll let you know in future videos how we're doing, but we're told it will make the floor noticeably warmer and help the furnace not work so hard.
Well, that's a good plan. That's a good thing to have.
And of course, every time we knelt down on the wet ground, the snow got us wet. But hey, if we can do these, it'll be a piece of cake for most people, right?
Right.
I had the best helper in the world. And Bo was even helping us a little bit, wondering what the heck we're doing, because Bo liked to crawl under there.
I was going to say, Bo, we were wrecking Bo's house. He likes to crawl under there and be a troll.
Be a troll, our dog the troll. So air skirts are in. Winter is here, and we hope we're a little bit warmer tonight.
That's after midnight.
Pretty amazing.
Mostly cloudy in the evening.
It's this new GMRS system that I got, and I'm going to give you a quick review of that radio and its functions and how cool it is. I'm going to talk about what I now think is the best solution for RVers to have in terms of two-way radio communications. It's not ham radio. Now, many of you know that I am a ham radio operator. I love ham radio. I've been using it since I was a teenager. I am extremely active on it. I'm very proficient at Morse code, all that stuff. I love ham radio. But look, ham radio is much too technical for most people, and that's not of much practical use for RVers. What is a service called GMRS. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about GMRS and why I think that's something that every RVer should get involved with. It stands for General Mobile Radio Service. And I like to think of it as the evolution of CB radio. Think of it as CB radio on steroids. The challenge with GMRS is that you got to have a license. And the challenge is pretty low because all you got to do is go to the FCC website. We'll put a link below in the description. And you just fill out an online application, pay them $35 just like you buy a fishing license, and bam, you got your license. It took me 24 hours to get my call sign that I have to have. You have to use the call sign, but here's what's so neat about it. You get that license, it's good for 10 years, and it's good for you and your family. Now I want to show you what I think is the ultimate communication system for RVers. It comes in an ammo can. Yes, this is an ammo can, really, from the U.S. military. Now, they made it look good, they refurbished it. By the way, when it's folded up like this, it's perfectly waterproof, dustproof. Some people say it's even a little bit EMP proof as well. I don't know about that. But when you open it up, this is what you see. All right, let me show you what this radio looks like. This is the main on-off switch, and right away you get to see how many amps you're drawing, how many volts. I don't have anything on except that, but that's showing the state of the lithium battery, which is in this case. Let's turn it on, and there's what the radio looks like. As I said before, you can see there are 22 channels, right? And they're all in there. The lithium battery is very cool. You can charge it with 110 volts by plugging in right there. You can also run auxiliary power to it. You can hook it directly up to a battery that way. Very simple to operate. If it's very warm, there's a fan that will, and you can see it on the amperage here, how when I turn on the fan it changes a little bit. But that fan will help keep it cool. There are two 3-watt speakers there. If it's the middle of the night and you're on this thing and you don't want any noise, you can plug in headphones there. It comes with a small little antenna right there. Incredible magnet, strongest magnet I've ever seen. And you put that on like so, and then you can put the antenna up higher. I'm going to put it up on the roof. The metal is necessary for, I told you this would get a little geeky, for a ground plane. The antenna needs metal, and many of our vehicles and RVs are fiberglass or are not to metal, so you need that, and you can use the antenna like that. You can charge it with 110 volts or a battery, but you can also charge with its own solar panel. This is a 40-watt solar panel. It comes complete with a charger, and just put this thing out in the sun, and it will charge that battery for the radio in about 4 hours, they say. You can run that antenna outside or however you want. Even just often putting it just on top works great. Let me just give you a check of the quality of the audio.
50 knots. Mostly cloudy.
Okay.
Waves 2 feet or less. Saturday night. Northeast winds
See how
10 to
nice
15
the quality
knots,
of that
increasing
is?
to 15 to 20 knots after midnight.
Pretty amazing.
Mostly cloudy in the evening.
All right, so there you go. That is what I think is the ultimate communication system for RVers and boondockers. And again, I am really excited about trying to advocate RVers get some sort of a GMRS radio system, and that we hang out together. We use channel 19 as we travel to keep advised of road and weather conditions, and I think this is a pretty neat system. Now he just went off the boundary, and look, I just got a notice on my Apple Watch notification. Oh,
We love camping and having Bo with us. We enjoy his companionship, and he loves to run off leash, and we like having him be off leash. But sometimes you're in places where there are just dangers out there, things that could hurt him. So we love what we have found now, a virtual fence that uses satellites to keep him in a certain area.
this is called the spot-on collar. It's the spot-on fence collar. Now, this is a satellite device. This thing right here will always be facing up, and that is in contact with satellites. And you use an app on your phone. You can draw a fence. You got to have at least a half an acre to cover for it to work. But in Michigan, we're going to set it up on 10 acres. Here in Tennessee, we're going to set it up for 5 acres. It's amazing. You can walk a fence line. You can walk the area you want your dog to go in. If he strays out of that, the spot-on fence will beep. It will also give him a vibration if you want to set it that way. We found that the beeps alone will keep Bo in.
Now this is all done with an app, the Spot On app. And you can look at this. Mike set up a fence line for Bo with the county road up at the top, and you can watch how he set this up.
So, you set the app and you hit start, hold this up to the sky, and start walking.
stay here. Now, I know, we're going to put this on you. Here we go. We're going to put this on so that you can have freedom and run around and have a really good time.
Let's go see if we can make this thing go off. Boundaries over here. Now he just went off the boundary, and look, I just got a notice on my Apple Watch notification. The boundary is about, oh, maybe 10 feet further from where he is. But did you see how he stopped? He stopped. He's not going further in there. If he does break out of the fence line that we've set, I get an immediate alert on my smartphone, and it will even track him, showing me where he is. Now, the battery lasts pretty much all day. We can put it on him in the morning and let him out, and then we just charge it at night. It doesn't take long to charge. Bo, you want to go? Let's go. Let's go have some fun. Here we go. Bo is a free dog. Now, did you see how he turned right around there? He knows that if he goes any further than that, he's going to get a warning signal on the collar. Good boy. Come on, Bo.
We're gonna get that big. Yes, we are. It is such peace of mind to know that Bo is in a confined area, that he isn't going to wander off. I mean, there's coyotes and snakes and all kinds of things out there that we don't want him around. And with this fence that we set up by satellite, it is awesome.
Yeah, I really like that tracking feature too.
Yes,
when
yes.
when he does go. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Happy trails.
You bring out the best in me. By your side, I'll forever be. With a great big smile as big as the big blue ocean tide. La 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 la. If you call, I'll be right up. If you fall, I'll pick you up.